You have to speak about your experience while translating Guru Charitra and also on first Adhyay. Okay, I agreed. I thought I can speak something on Guru Charitra. What is there? And the thing which I have experienced, of course, I can say. Then the other day he told me that you have to speak in English. So that was something difficult for me because I know English, but I think I am not that fluent in English. But even then, as he said, गुरु वाक्य गुरु चरित्र में जैसे आता है, मेरे लिए प्रमाण है, गुरु वाक्य मेरे लिए अंतिम है, ऐसा सोच के मैंने हाँ बोल दिया है. So I will try to speak in English, but in between I may use some Hindi sentences. So please, I request you all to bear with me. Jai Gurudev. So to begin with, I just would like to tell you my past story. As I was a teacher in an English medium school, and I used to teach maths and science. I had no connection with languages. Of course, I used to enjoy some good poetry, some good articles, etc. But I never thought of writing anything. So when I retired, I asked Guruji, "Sir, I can do your work now. I am available. You can give me some work." Then he said, "Okay, you do some translation." I said, "Translation?" He said, "Yes. You can translate my book, Mirages and Oasis." So that was my first work allotted by Guruji. I took a task. Of course, it was a first experience, bit difficult for me, but even then I tried, thinking that teachings of Guruji's are so good, and all the people in Gujarat, they are not able to read English. So I should help them by writing his teachings in Gujarati. So I thought of translating this book, and I did it. After that, I translated many of his books written in English, because he almost writes in English, and for Gujarati people, it becomes difficult to read. So that work I did. And after that, once we went to Akkalkot for at that time we were doing some Gurucharitra. So at the end of the year, we used to visit some places like Akkalkot, Gangapur, that way. So in Akkalkot, we went to Akkalkot for that, and there one lady was distributing Swami's Saptasati. I took that, but it was written in Marathi, so I was thinking, how would I read? I don't know how to read Marathi. Then Guruji said, "You can translate it in Gujarati." Then I said, "Me?" He said, "Yes, you can." Then I thought, let me try if I can do, because it was such a small book with 70 pages and hardly 10 adhyays in it. So I said, with the help of Marathi dictionary, let me try. But I never knew that I don't know any grammar, whether no grammar, no gender, no tenses, etc. But even then, I thought of trying it. So I took help of Marathi dictionary and some friends who knew Marathi. So with their help, I completed that book and read in front of Guruji. He said, "It's okay, nicely done." Now, then I don't know whether he was testing me, how I am writing, how I am doing my work. And all of a sudden, he declared in our Reiki Brahma that Pratibha-ben has already completed translating Marathi Shaptasati, and now she is going to translate Guru Charitra. I was surprised. I asked Guruji, how can I translate Guru Charitra? Because I don't know Marathi. And in Guru Charitra also, Marathi is Prakrut Marathi, which is not generally spoken now. So I can hardly understand some sentences. How can I translate? तो उन्होंने क्या कहा कि नहीं, मैं कहता हूँ वो काम आप करो, मेरा संकल्प है हो जाएगा. मेरी एबिलिटी का मुझे पता था कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. फिर भी, as Guruji said, I thought of doing it. I said, okay, I will try. But while doing, I had to face so much of difficulty, because I was not knowing Marathi, not even stories. Of course, I had read Gurucharitra 3-4 times, but that too in Marathi and without knowing anything. Perhaps some central idea I used to get it. So while starting, I had to pass through each and every word. So I took help of Marathi dictionary. Also, Guruji helped me. But it was Prakrut Marathi. So it so happened that many times meaning was not even given in a dictionary. So what to do? But initially I thought I am a fool because I don't know Marathi and I have taken this big task. Guru Charitra matlab big granth. I had translated 70 pages book and now it is 700 page. So what to do? But then I thought, as Guruji has given, let me try. I kept on trying. Before that, one incident happened that Guruji always teaches us TM meditation. So I used to meditate. Now in my meditation, I used to get all the scripts written in Devanagari, written in English, written in Gujarati. Then I asked Guruji, what is this, sir? Whenever I sit for meditation, I am seeing all these scripts. Many times it is coming in black letters, could be red letters. So what to do? He said, don't worry, it's okay. And then this task came of Guru Charitra, translating Guru Charitra. So difficulties are rahi thi fir bhi. I thought, let me try. As Guruji has given this work, I will do. Slowly, slowly, I started getting a grip and taking help of Marathi dictionary. Sometimes Guruji also helped me. But at one point time, I had that decision in my mind that what comes may, I will finish my work. जैसे संस्कृत में बोलते हैं कार्यम साधयामि या देहम पातयामि, भले मृत्यु भी आ जाए तो भी मुझे ये कार्य करके ही मरना है, ऐसा मैंने सोच लिया. Then I started getting divine help. Sometimes some words I used to see in dictionary, but because before I could see anything in dictionary, the answer used to click in my mind. And when I see dictionary, same meaning is there. So as such, I did not see any Bhagwan, Swami, but this way I was getting this divine help. Sometimes while writing, some sentences used to click in my mind, as if someone is telling me, write this. So that was one thing. So while writing, I had 2-3 difficulties. Number one, not knowing Marathi. Even then I have started. Number two, some meanings were not there in in Marathi dictionary. So I was stuck up. And some point of time, some words were such that it was used in different places, having different meanings. So at that time there was a confusion, because for this nirvana word I have written this, and now that meaning doesn't fit over here. Then I decided, of course I used to write in margin to ask Guruji whether it is correct or not, and I asked him also. But I was going with the flow. Story में जैसे जैसे आता जाता था, so I used to consider that this must be a proper word. So considering that, of course, thought of asking Guruji also, and then I wrote. Many a times it used to happen, Guruji was so busy. Of course, he was available whenever he was there, and he used to listen to me. But sometimes he is not there. If sometimes he is there, all of a sudden I am asking, in Adhyay 10, this is given. So what should I write? So he should also have some reference. I should also give him some time. So that way, there was some difficulty, but even then he has guided me the most. जैसे we say कि स्वामी के लिए हम शब्द बोलते हैं ना, मी तुझ्या पाठीशी है. So स्वामी गुरु के रूप में हमेशा मेरे पीछे रहे, उन्होंने गाइडेंस दिया. कभी मैं डिप्रेस हो जाती थी तो काफी प्रेरणा दी, काफी प्रोत्साहन दिया, और ऐसा करते करते गुरु चरित्र आगे बढ़ता रहा. दूसरा स्वामी के लिए सेंटेंस है, असक्य ही सक्य करतील स्वामी. तो मेरी गुरु चरित्र यात्रा की यात्रा ही मिरेकल से ही शुरू हुई, क्योंकि मराठी न जानना और मराठी का ट्रांसलेशन करना, ये कुछ चमत्कार से कम है क्या? So I started writing that way, and crossing these difficulties with this nistha in my mind, I want to complete my work as Guruji has given me. So I started doing it, and I started translating it. Translation तो कर लिया, लेकिन भाषा नहीं जानती हूँ, लिखा है क्या, करेक्ट होगा कि नहीं, स्टोरी क्या होगी, मेल है फीमेल है, टेंस क्या होगा, कुछ पता नहीं। लेकिन गुरु की शरणागति को स्वीकार करके हुए मैंने लिखना चालू रखा। एंड फाइनली
It's muted. आपकी माइक म्यूट है प्रतिभा बहन, आपकी माइक म्यूट हो गई।
He has given me वो क्रम दिया था कि आप पहले अध्याय पहले लिखो, उसके बाद तीसरा लिखो, उसके बाद पांचवा लिखो। मैंने ऐसा सोचा कि ऐसा क्यों करना है, चलो एक के बाद दूसरा ही लिखती। जैसे दूसरा लिखना शुरू किया तो होता ही नहीं था। Then I thought, जो क्रम गुरुजी ने दिया है, let me write in that way. So when I started writing that way, I could write it, and I could translate it. And then ऐसा मैंने पढ़ा है कि गुरु जब कार्य देते हैं तो वो अपने में छुपे हुए पोटेंशियल को शायद नहीं पहचानते हैं और करने का सामर्थ्य देते हैं। He gives ability to do that work, and मैंने कुछ नहीं किया ट्रांसलेशन में। What I did was I was available. जब कुछ डिवाइन का अवतरण मेरे में हो रहा था, means divine used to help me, as if divine is telling me and I am writing it. So that way it happened and I could do my work. Now I will talk some similarities and dissimilarities from my side and from Saraswati Gangadhar, that is Namdharak. Gurucharitra is written by Saraswati Gangadhar, you know. So correct name of Saraswati Gangadhar is Nrusya Saraswati, after the name of their Guru, Shri Guru, जो हम गुरुचरित्र में पढ़ते हैं, उनका नाम भी श्री नृसिया सरस्वती था और उनके ऊपर से उन्होंने नाम दिया उनके ये ग्रेट ग्रैंड चाइल्ड को गुरु का नाम धारण किया था उन्होंने, इसलिए उनको नाम धारक बोलते थे। एक्चुअली नाम धारक is a person 5th generation from सायदेव। सायदेव नृसिया सरस्वती के शिष्य थे, बहुत ही करीब शिष्य थे, एंड नामधारक is a 5th generation. So that way this name was given to him. And similarities की बात करूं तो नामधारक को भी महाराष्ट्र की भाषा नहीं आती थी। He was from Karnataka, and he also said he has said in Gurucharitra that न जानू काव्य व्युत्पत्ति, न जानू ग्रंथ प्रकार, न जानू भाषा महाराष्ट्रनी, कैसे करूं ग्रंथ विचार। मेरा भी ऐसा है। I am from Gujarat, not knowing मराठी भाषा, कुछ लैंग्वेज का पता नहीं कैसे लिखना है। और गुरुचरित्र की रचना आपने देखा होगा, it is in the OV form. OV I have never read before. स्वामी सप्तशती में थोड़ा थोड़ा OV है, but then I learned what is OV. So OV is a group of 4 small sentences in which 3 words are there. So I did not know how to write OV also, but slowly I started getting grip over it. This similarity मेरे और ये नामधारक में ये थी कि he is coming from गुरु परंपरा। साईं देव गुरु के भक्त थे, उनके बेटे उनके बेटे उनके बेटे सभी दत्त के भक्त थे और उनको दत्त का ही लिखना था। मेरे बारे में क्या था, मैं वैष्णव, मेरा माँ के घर सभी वैष्णव थे, तो कृष्ण की भक्ति, ससुराल में भी कृष्ण, सो दत्त ऐसे ही नाम for name's sake I was knowing, but I was not knowing much about it. And Guruji told me to write about Bhagwan Dattatreya, and that to Gurucharitra. I had read 3-4 times, as I told you, in Marathi, but meaning was not that much clear. Just I used to get central idea. But as he said, I took upon a task and I started doing. I think I should talk something about Adhyay1, first chapter of Gurucharitra, जिसमें कभी हम कोई भी काम जो अच्छा करते हैं तो सबसे पहले हम गणेश की वंदना करते हैं। उसने सारे देवी देवताओं को वंदन किया है। फर्स्ट ही प्रेड टू लॉर्ड गणेश, देन सरस्वती, देन ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वर जो गुरु परंपरा के सबसे ऊंचाई पे है। देन ही प्रेड ऑल कवि, वेद व्यास, वाल्मीकि, वेद व्यास who wrote all these 18 Puranas, Mahabharat, Bhagavad, etc. Then Valmiki Rishi who composed Ramayana. Then क्योंकि उनको प्रेयर इसलिए किया कि he wanted to learn how to write कविता। तो हम लोग गणेश की वंदना क्यों करते हैं? तो गणेश गुरुजी से ही मैंने सुना है, इसमें मेरा नॉलेज कुछ है नहीं, कि he is doing the work, जो अव्यक्त होता है उसको व्यक्त करने में मदद करता है। तो अव्यक्त को व्यक्त करने के लिए, व्यक्त करने में कोई बाधा ना आए, इसलिए हम उनकी पूजा करते हैं, उनको प्रार्थना करते हैं। अभी अव्यक्त को व्यक्त होना है तो कुछ माध्यम चाहिए। वो माध्यम भाषा का ही हो सकता है, वाणी हो सकती है, वाचा हो सकती है। तो वाचा की देवी, वाणी की देवी कौन है? तो वाग देवी सरस्वती। इसलिए गणेश की वंदना के बाद सरस्वती की वंदना आती है कि जो अव्यक्त को प्रकट होने में या अभिव्यक्त होने में हमारी मदद करे और अच्छी तरह से हम कार्य सिद्ध कर सके। उसके बाद सारे कवियों की, क्योंकि उनसे भी प्रेरणा लेके उनको लिखना है, how to write in a poetic form, because Gurucharitra is not neither Gadya nor Padya. It is in between. So it is written in OV. So naturally he had to take blessings from all Adi Kavis. So he took it because he has written, and I am also on the same line, that we never knew how to write kavita, how to write anything. So we have to pray that, and then सभी परंपरा में जो ऊपर गुरु आते हैं उनको प्रणाम करते हुए अपने घर वालों को भी याद किया, पेरेंट्स को, पत्नी को, क्योंकि उनके सहयोग के बिना कोई कार्य सिद्ध हो ही नहीं सकता। तो उनको याद करना, उनका वो ऋण अदा करना भी उनका फर्ज बनता है। देन गुरु को याद किया कि गुरु मैं तो अल्पमति हूँ, मैं तो रियल सेंस में अल्पमति हूँ, मुझे कुछ भी आता नहीं था, फिर भी गुरु ने बोला कि ये काम आप पूरा करो। देन I said yes, I will do, I will try, and I tried. Guruji helped me, and so that way अल्पमति को सुमति में बदल देना गुरु का ही काम है। Because whenever we say yes or no, we don't know what is hidden in us. Guru knows, he knows that she can do this work. These are the potentials hidden in him or her. So that way he told me, and I started writing. फिर गुरु चरित्र की शुरुआत करते हुए उन्होंने लिखा है कि नामधारक इज गोइंग आउट टू इन सर्च ऑफ गुरु। गुरु चरित्र में ऐसे लिखा है, ही स्टार्टेड गोइंग आउट निर्वाणार्थे निकले, मीन्स आइदर ही शुड फाइंड गुरु और ही शुड डाई। ऐसा निश्चय करके वो निकला घर से बाहर, गुरु को याद करते हुए, गुरु की कृपा का चिंतन मनन करते हुए, क्योंकि उसके तो जनरेशंस ये श्री गुरु की भक्ति में थे, तो बहुत उनको याद किया और उसने सोचा कि गुरु मुझे मिलना ही चाहिए, मिलना ही चाहिए। ऐसा करके आगे जाके निकला तो थकान से वो एक पेड़ के नीचे बैठा, बैठे बैठे उसको निद्रा आ गई, जिसे हम तंद्रावस्था भी बोल सकते हैं। तो he saw Guru in his this तंद्रावस्था and he became awake. ऐसे गुरु जैसे कैसा दिखा मुझे। तो he started walking again and as he walked some distance he saw सीत गुरु, जो गुरु चरित्र में दिया हुआ है। तो सीत गुरु को मिले, उन्होंने नामधारक ने उनको रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप मेरे पर कृपा करो, मैं गुरु चरित्र जानना चाहता हूँ कि गुरु चरित्र क्या है। तो सीत गुरु को भी बहुत खुशी हुई, अभी तक किसी ने गुरु चरित्र पूछा नहीं, तुमने पूछा है तो चलो मैं तुमको गुरु चरित्र की सब बातें बताता हूँ। ऐसा करके गुरु शिष्य के संवाद में रूप में, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ डायलॉग बिटवीन गुरु एंड शिष्य, इस गुरु चरित्र की रचना हुई। I just want to conclude by saying one thing, गुरु के संकल्प मात्र से गुरु चरित्र की रचना हो सकती है, लेकिन वो जो काम हमें दे वो उठाने का काम हमारा है। उनके ऊपर श्रद्धा रख के हमें ये काम करना चाहिए। तो काम हमसे नहीं होता है, उनके संकल्प से होता है। तो I just would like to say, I did not do anything, he has done anything. Whatever I did was I was available to write whenever he used to relay it through me. So उन्होंने मुझे माध्यम बनाया गुरु चरित्र लिखने के लिए, इसके लिए मैं उनको बहुत प्रणाम करती हूँ। जय गुरुदेव।
Thank you so much, Pratibha. Thank you for sharing with all of us your journey to write Gurucharitra. Only one question I would like to ask: was climbing 10,000 steps to Girnar was difficult? Was writing Gurucharitra?
Oh. Actually, Girnar climbing was for a short period. Within one night, I was to know about the result, whether I could climb or not. And Guru Charitra was a marathon. It took so much of long time, and
It's like climbing 10,000 times Girnar.
हाँ, but I would like to say, ये दो चमत्कार मेरी लाइफ में हुए, मैं सबको बता सकती हूँ। दूसरे भी बहुत है, लेकिन उसका प्रमाण नहीं है, लेकिन ये दोनों बातों का प्रमाण है। सब लोग जानते हैं कि गिरनार में चढ़ी हूँ, and that too in 7 hours 10,000 steps. And गुरु चरित्र भी गुरु कृपा से मेरे से लिखाया गया है, जो काम उन्होंने दिया था वो मैंने किया है। So that way I'm grateful to Guruji.
Thank you once again for sharing all this. Now, when we talk of Gurucharitra, I think we just discussed about first Adhyay. You know? And first Adhyay is basically gratitude and the prayers and the invoking the gods, so that we can translate. The ideas need to be translated into the actual material form. You know? So whenever we are, as you rightly said, bringing Avyakta to Vyakta, we need to go through various channels of consciousness. And one of the most primary channel is Ganesha. I think Jyotiben, please.
Has disabled it.
Jyotiben ka mic just switch off. So basically, I think we'll have to understand the first chapter is only. Hello, Jyotiben, the mic off karo, please. See, I'm still talking. Okay, so.
Jyotiben, mic band karo.
Basically, I think it was about the first. Basically. And the second chapter onwards from next week we are going to go. But before that, we should at least appreciate what Gurucharitra is. You know, there are a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings about Gurucharitra. I mean, it's something mystery, shrouded in the mystery. You know? And somewhere I think you need to really understand that the shroud is not there in the real sense if you have the right understanding of Gurucharitra. The first misunderstanding is that it's like a chicken and egg kind of thing. You know, one has to be pure to read Gurucharitra, or by reading Gurucharitra one becomes pure. So what comes first? So somewhere that purity is wrongly understood. It's not about purity. See, Lord Dattatreya is one of the divine entities that is not only exclusively for this class or that, is for everyone. Now what Lord Dattatreya says in Tripura Rahasya to Parshuram, he says, I am for everyone, and as long as this world is there, I will survive. Because basically the three most important elements of chemical periodic table, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, is what the Lord Dattatreya is. Utpatti, Sthiti, and Laya. And these three elements actually stand for these three different dimensions of life. So if you can see Guru Dattatreya as a very Siddha, Avadhuta, leaving everything, renunciated, but at the same time, the other side of the Lord Dattara, not many people know, is Anaga. He was a Sansari, married to Lakshmi Devi. Anagha, her name is Anagha. So Anagha and Anaga is something which is a Sansari Swarup of Lord Dattatreya. So Dattatreya is not only for the renunciators, Dattatreya is not only for the sadhus, so is Gurucharitra. So Gurucharitra is for everyone to read. Gurucharitra is the manual of the mind. So somewhere we need to appreciate that. So don't get bogged down, because there are a lot of things created around. You should not read it, you should read it. Vairagya jayega. See, throughout Gurucharitra, there are about 51 stories, leaving the first chapter out as we discussed today. And in every story, you will find the Guru has never told his disciple to leave everything and come to him. In fact, all that he has said, I have empowered you, now go back to your samsara. It's like making people empowered to run the life. No, the one has to go through the life process, but with wisdom. Then I think we end up into Satyoga. If everybody is ignorant about the samsara, if everybody is ignorant about the role and how to play that role, I think probably we are making a mess of life. So throughout Gurucharitra, every Guru who came across or the forms of Guru, which Gurucharitra talks about, invariably he will say, I will empower. So have the ability first before you have the responsibility. No, ability to be responsible. A lot of people today, I see the stress, the major cause of the stress is where we think we are responsible when we have no ability. And the simple definition of responsibility is ability to respond. If one does not have the ability and still find oneself responsible, I think we are already creating stress in our life. So somewhere we need to appreciate the Gurucharitra empowers one to manage the life in a much better way than what otherwise. It goes to the deeper understanding, the deeper purpose of the life. So somewhere we need to approach Gurucharitra through this kind of viewpoint. Never get bogged down. This is not to be read by the ladies and all. Again, one has to understand the basic principle behind that. So unless you understand the basic principle, we'll never be moving towards the path of wisdom. Now, somewhere we need to appreciate that when you read Gurucharitra, it's a very powerful mantra. It is a powerful grantha. It is just like a Jyotirlinga. It creates a lot of energies. And with the energies coming up, you need to be mentally strong to handle. You need to be thorough. That's why there are a lot of do's and don'ts. And all those do's and don'ts are not for Lord Dattatreya, it is for our own salvation. So when you read Gurucharitra, your consciousness slowly picks up over a period of time. And then you start getting the subtle experiences. And if you're not in subtle, you'll never be able to experience that. So the whole idea of eating once, sleeping on the floor, going out of your comfort zone, basically because when you're uncomfortable, when you're not in the comfort zone, actually you are empty. Your ego is already quashed. And with the ego quashed, that is the time the Lord descends. So somewhere the whole idea is to get into the zone of difficulty, leave the zone of comfort, and then again, once you cross there, you're in the another zone of comfort. You become comfortable being out of comfort zone. And that is how one moves from one comfort zone to the other comfort zone. So it's not about leaving everything and reading Gurucharitra. So one does not have to have that kind of thing. One has to have the pure mind. It's not about the pure body. One has to have that urge to progress on this path. One has to have that love and compassion in the mind. So we are going to look into the basic principles of Gurucharitra. How valid are they in the current situation? Because I think if you look at the current situation all over the world, somewhere I think we are all turning back to what our culture said for the last 10,000 or 15,000 years. So somewhere I think even in the midst of the coronavirus and even in the midst of so much death and so many miseries all around, I think there's something coming out which should probably take us to the divine principle of life. So somewhere the lot of hope is now getting created. We are going back to our own nature. We're going back to the environmental nature. And I think this is the most appropriate time the Guru Charitra has to be handled that way. It has come in our life. Yada yadai dharmasya glanirvavati bharata. We are already, everybody's in glani. We are numbed. We don't know what is happening all over the world. The whole world system is crumbled. So somewhere I think Guru Charitra is there. Like the Lord Krishna had given that promise, I'll come back. Sambhavami yoge yoge. So I take it as one of the swarupas of the Lord. And for the next few weeks, I think, let's have these celebrations. Every Thursday we'll meet at 7 o'clock. Every Thursday we'll take one chapter. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the inner depth of this, actually the essence of that chapter. Understand scientifically the language that we understand today, and then decide whether we should adopt in our day-to-day life or we should discard. The choice is still ours. So somewhere I think I'm extremely happy to see all of you, almost about 83 people on this forum right now. And I'm sure because a lot of people are likely to join. So somewhere I think I'm extremely happy that the people with the same kind of heart, same kind of faith for Lord Dattatreya and Swami Samartha are assembled today. Though social distance is one, but I think we are all spiritually coming together, emotionally coming together. And that is what it is. Whenever the physical lockdowns are there, I think we are metaphysically getting unlocked. So that is the most wonderful aspect. So somewhere, thank you very much for coming and spending your 1 hour with us almost. And I can tell you for the next week, again, we meet at 7 o'clock. And our friend Rakesh and Vaishali will generate the link and they will share. How do we know, Rakesh, whom to send? That is something which I wanted to know. What is the mechanism? Which forum do we put this link? Rohit Bhai, nice to see you. Welcome. Jai Gurudev.
Guruji, we don't have a unified list of all the participants.
Mechanism.
Hello. Hello.
Jyoti Bhai, jara mic band rakhna jara. Okay.
Yeah, so right now we don't have a unified list. So, whatever we have, what 50 or 60 participants we had, so we send them. So from the India team, we don't have any this one. Even if somebody wants to join, if there are more participants, we can accommodate them. So if you tell us whom to coordinate with India, we can try to coordinate with the India team also to see if anybody wants to join.
Okay.
Here also we are trying to get as many people as possible. From the old email IDs and the links that we have. Nilesh Bhai also is trying to help us out. So we'll see how many we can add. It
will be more organized, if you know who are the people coming and regularly coming. Yeah. So that will help.
As of now, I have the list of today's participants. So that was actually my next question to you was, are we sending the links only to the regular participants or we are letting them in and out for the specific chapters?
No, I think we should allow everybody to come at every chapter. Specific only for the Abhyas Varga, what I've given, they would talk about. Maybe I'll give 10-15 minutes in every session. The last 10 minutes, they can explain. Anyone can come and talk about what is understood in that particular chapter. Whichever chapter of their choice, whatever I've given to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere they can share their interpretation, how they have understood Guru Charitra. But I think that will expand our knowledge base. So we'll do that. First 45-50 minutes we'll discuss about the chapter that comes chronologically, and then we'll go into individual explanation. Yeah. So I will make a format of the every day, every Thursday. Okay. So.
And next question was probably this question everybody might have right now, that this is, as you said, every week meeting, right? So it is like 52 weeks. So what happens when this lockdown is unlocked and like people will start going back to work? So because it is morning here in USA, so how would we be thinking of changing the time or?
I think people like me who have no work to do probably can still be there.
Yeah. So probably only like 10-15 people will be there at the end, Guruji.
The situation today is you cannot even think of next week.
And,
So it does not took 2 weeks in our mind.
Okay, okay.
Just one at a time. And I'm sure Lord Dattatreya will take us to the 52nd.
Yes, definitely.
Situations are created by him. You and me are helpless in that case. We are all observing that now.
Sure.
So if it is said by Lord Dattatreya, he will do it.
Okay. Sounds
That
good.
I'm suggesting that it will be one year lockdown. but if it happens, don't
And
so let us take it one. Probably we'll cover 2 chapters in 3 or 3 chapters. Maybe I don't know. I have not decided.
let's see. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Ways to meet together and share our knowledge. I think we'll just chant Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu before we close this.
Okay.
Guru Brahma.
Guruji, I have a question, Guru. Madhu Desai from Chicago.
Madhuji, after, can you spare a question?
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Guru Brahma,
Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat
Namaha.
Jai Gurudev, and yeah, Madhuji, ask the question now. Yes. Next one.
Okay, first of all, Pratibha Ben, I want to thank you very, very much for your very detailed and very informative, introduction of the first chapter and for translating this Guru Charitra in Gujarati. I'm one of the fortunate person to have a copy of your translated book. But I wanted to, speak on behalf of everybody, who does not have this book available. And I think there are many people who would like to have this book at this time. Is there any way we can make it possible, to, make this book available to the people?
I think this number of copies are already there with Hina and Jonathan. I have enough copies, almost about 100 copies or so. What we are trying to do, we are also trying to make it a PDF and make it available fully on. Okay, so somewhere we can make it available on rekibrahman.org.
Wonderful.
We can download.
Guruji?
I hope that answers the question.
Guruji?
Oh, you're yes. Yes. Who's that?
मी सुनीता बोलते.
हा सुनीता बोला.
माझं म्हणजे तुम्ही बोलताना ते बंदच करायला पाहिजे. म्यूट होतं इथे पण तरी मध्ये कोण बोलत होतं.
I think everybody has to mute there. Thank you.
I will. Thanks.
Yes. Okay, so Rohit Bhai, thank you very much for being with us in spite of your busy schedule.
Jai Gurudev, Vandaji, and coming back Gurudev to Ashwiji, okay? We are enjoying listening your...
And Shaurin Bhai, thank you again.
No Shaurin Bhai, Guruji, no Shaurin Bhai, just Shaurin. Namaskar.